Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with me, Cornish-Knight. We just finished beating the dragon, which is fantastic. He's poddled off to the ghostly plane. First, let's level our characters up. I'm going to put a couple into athletics because I want him to be able to heal himself. Then we've got access to new spells. What do I want to get? I'll get back to you guys in a second. After I've had a look at them. Right, I picked up Concussion, infects the minds of enemies in the area, infecting with delirium, confusing themselves. And I picked up by Minotaur's Concussive Missiles, which is Reflection and Dexterity saved by, so it should be relatively useful. So he's picked that up. Right, what do we want to get him up to? Probably another point athletics. What can he have? Vigorous defender once per encounter, plus 20 to all defenses for 16 seconds. Armored grace. Into the fray, 2 per encounter. Defender lunges for the bat, pulling an enemy into immediate melee range, causing piercing damage and even dazed. That's not bad. Clear out, sweeps the fighter's melee weapon in a large arc, knocking enemies prone and causing crushing damage. That's 2 per rest. Disciplined barrage, confident aim, unbinding, 3 per rest. Fighters' disengagement attacks have increased accuracy damage. That's not bad. Fearless. We're going to get once per encounter. That's only for 16 seconds, so it's not great. Probably the Armoured Grace. Fighter is perfectly suited to wear this to even bulkier restricted suits of armour, lowering their recovery penalties significantly. That would be good, because it means he can fight faster and harder. So now, if you check out his stats, let's see. He's got rapid recovery, which would mean that recovery speed is greatly reduced from 45. It's drooped to 20%, so it should be dropped down, which is nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't say anywhere where the recovery speed is. That's a shame. Okie dokie. So we've got one last person to go. Just Durant. So we've got 2 people actually. He's got 6. He can't get mechanic up any higher, but I will save it for his next thing that he can do with that. He has access to Burying Death's Door. Prevents severely wounded character's health from reaching 0 when it would result in death of the character. Devotion for the faithful invokes the Benedictines of the priest god, imbuing allies with the area of faith accuracy and might bonuses while enemies receive penalties to the same. Praying against bewilderment restores, basically gets rid of confused and dazed effects. Restore major endurance. Searing seal places a magical seal on the floor that bursts into flame when an enemy comes in contact with it, blinding vermin and inflicting burn damage. Shining beacon conjures an intensely luminescent beacon of light, causing enemies in the area to take penalty to all defences and accrue burn damage over time. Triumph of the Crusaders imparts allies with a favour of righteousness in battle. Any ally in the area of the effect delivers a killing blow. Here she regains endurance. Litany against minor afflictions. Grants a single ally temporary immunity to blind, confused, dazed, distract, frightened, hobble. Yep, so basically minor afflictions. That's good to know. Right, so she's got 6. Probably want to give it to her athletics. And then we want to do, let's see, swift aim. That will drop her accuracy, which is not fantastic. Vicious aim. That drops her range attack speed and 20 to reload speed. Arrow sense, deflects against range attacks, takedown. Instructs the ranger's animal companion to rush a target, knocking it prone. That might be useful. Each ranger attack loosed by the ranger contains sets of forces to fly straight through the first target and hit another target behind it for less damage. That's 20-50% damage against targets affected by damage over time. That'd be nice. 15 defense against AoE attacks. Animal companion for defense against AoE attacks. Heal companion. 2 per encounter. Vicious aim. I don't know, to be honest. Defensive bonus may be nice. Predatory senses, that probably is nice. If I hit it with AoE, when we can basically snipe him with more damage as with that one. And get her to change to a crossbow again. Get his staff out. Right.
Just say the word.
Let us leave this place. There isn't anything else here. Right, so onwards to greater and better things.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, we can cut through this way. That's cool. Right, so we're back out into the world at large, back to the capital.
Just say the word.
Staggering back into daylight. Right. Pearlwood Bluff. That's probably the bluff that she wants to go for her quest for the dwarf who's looking for a dead ancestor. Right, let's go this way. And focus to let us get back into the capital.
Just say the word.
So I am hurting badly. I'm surprised we managed to take down the dragon. It was a pretty close run thing. Right. Into the city, into the town proper. Well, into the palace proper, I should say. Once you've gained access to a stronghold, indeed it can, and it's a fantastic thing. Now, do we have anything building at the moment? No, we do not. Okay, that's interesting. Warden's Lodge is nice. Warden's Lodge watches over the world near the stronghold. Upgrading the lodge will grant a bonus to survivors upon resting at Bright Hall, as well as providing access to the warden, who offers high level bounties. That looks nice. Wooden trails surround the domain. If you keep upgrading them, will grant both constitution and athletics bonuses when resting. Yeah, that's interesting. We can do that. Bright Hall half. Home is only as comfortable as half. Restoring yours may return a semblance of order to the keep. Let's do that. It's 1 day.
Just say the word.
Right. Let's go and talk to her.
Yeah.
Gods keep you.
May you be guided and tempted by the flames. You're still having visions of the falls. Her voice is low and quiet. Yes, in the cave, and something within, some small, bright ember of faith, guarded by terrible danger. I only wish I could go myself. He turns a guilty gaze on the statue. Present the burning stone. I journeyed to Searing Falls myself. This is what I found there. She takes a stone in her hands and gasps. By the flames, do you know what this is? If you've lost the item, burning stone, it is a fragment. It is a fragment of the god hammer bomb. Yes, she turns it in her hand, the very weapon that Magrin herself helped us build to defeat Widewin in the Saints' War. She turns the stone in her hands, gazing into its bright glow. It's weird seeing it right in front of you like that. Before it was just stories, now it seemed real. Yet her mouth twists into a frown, her orange light curves deep shadows across her face. So why don't I feel any different? Why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? Her knuckles whiten as she tightens her fingers around the stone. You hold apart a weapon designed by a god. The very existence of such a thing should fill you with awe. Magrin is a goddess of trials, and yet you sent me to pursue the vision she gave to you. You prove yourself faithless. She entrusted the Godhammer to her followers. Perhaps she entrusted them again to end the legacy. Let's see what that meant. Magrin is the goddess of trials, and yet you sent me to pursue the vision she gave to you. You proved yourself faithless. Her expression cracks into anguish. Was it a test or just evidence that Magrin already knew? She tucks the rock away. I think I suspected, but I kept hoping for a different answer. Everyone trials comes, there is no avoiding it. To avoid it is to fail it. Her weakness shows plain as the relics glow. She may have worn the robes of Magrin, but she never followed her. Lost in the darkness, this one did not forget what it looks like. She looks sadly at the empty-handed statue. This is the true burden of faith, not a goddess's challenge, but her absence, her silence, or the answer that reveals your own hollow convictions. She folds her hands in front of her. It would take weeks still to appoint a suitable successor. In the meantime, I shall serve the people as best I can. She sighs again. Wait here a moment. She disappears and quickly returns with something in her hands. I am no longer fit to wield this. Perhaps it can serve you. Besides, I do owe you some thanks for the services you have performed. Yeah, we fought a dragon for you, lady. I think we deserve a bit of something. Thank you and farewell. Right, so what did we get? You've gained Unforgiven added to your inventory. Unforgiven. The origin of this item is a point of contention amongst the followers of Eothas and Woodker. Eothians claim that their priests had it commissioned in the early aftermath of the Saints' War in hopes that they would coax their god back into the world to finish what he started. The Woodkans, on the other hand, claimed the item is older than that, an instrument of retribution against oath-breakers originally employed by the Steel Garrote, an order of Woodcan paladins devoted to enforcing the oaths and contracts, often in mirthless fashion. The flail itself is unique in that its spiked balls at its end were fastened out of incense burners, and when it sees this is used, the smell of incense blankets the area. Its reputation has led to a handful of noticeable deceptions whereby people who defend the argument were frightened into honouring them when the smell of incense was introduced into their negotiation room or bed chamber. That's interesting. So it's 35 crossing damage plus 10 damage as burning. 30% grace is converted into hits plus their accuracy plus damage. So it's pretty damn potent actually. Take that off him. Yeah, that's good, yeah. Probably not a best idea to do that because it means now he's using both crushing damage weapons, which is not a fantastic thing. But hey ho. Anyway. We also picked this up, didn't we, which is the belt plus 3 to con. I haven't got anything on. I'm going to give it to her so her constitution goes up even more.
Just say the word.
Even though I'll be abdicating my role, there's plenty of work to do. Finding a successor is no small task. Right.
Just say the word.
Well, to be honest, she sort of like deserved it. She had a vision from her god, and she sent someone else off to do it. And yes, I know, it's she had an important duty to do, but still, to do your own duty, you have to go get someone else to do your duty for you. Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk to the record keeper.
Hail, traveller.
A taciturn man with grey hair paws over a tomb he'd just withdrawn from one of his cells. He glances up at you with baggy eyes. Yes, is there something I can pull for you? I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we had to bar access to the public. Seems that there's still quite a number of folks in the deal who bear ill will towards Red Serayans. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you won't be different from the others. We've come a long way. I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. If you must understand, I've heard many stories, and I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you. Okay. Fragments of a scattered faith. We were willing to source the records of Saints while citing concerns about events with Woody and turning down refugees. He said things might be different if our reputation in the city was stronger. What's my let me guess, my might is going to be one off. Yeah, okay. And I can't enchant anything, can I? Can I? Can I get my armor enchanted? Tributary bonus. I could get... What did I need? For Hand of Keys, it's already maxed out. That's a pain. Is there nothing I can do to get it fixed? That's already done. Can't do that. Can't wear a helmet. Ugh. That's a pain. I could take the armor off and enchant something else.
Hey.
Doesn't he have gear we could get to that level? Fine mail armor. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get his... Maybe this will work now then.
Just say the word.
Good day to you.
Yes, 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 I know. No, okay. Right,
Yeah.
so it has to be on her alone. Her armor she's got on is too good a quality for it to be enchanted anymore. Which I find strange, since enchantment, yes, 7 of 4. Unless it's just about maximum enchantment reach for the Hands of Keys. We can't take it off, can we? Crush proof, dex proof. Right, that's a pain.
Just say the word.
Need to go somewhere and rest as well. Right. I must admit, this is one of the things I do dislike about this game a little bit, is the fact that you just can't, like... Yeah, I know I can't quick travel, but at the same time, we've been here like 50,000 times. Right. Gotta go to Copper Lane and sleep. Right. Get down here and get fixed up. Everything will be fine and dandy once we go down. We'll go over to the cliffs, the bluffs, and see what those are about. Actually, let's just nip up here quickly as well. First we'll talk to her, because I know she has camping supplies cheaper than... Yeah, that would do. And then we'll go up to here, talk to him.
Well met, friend.
See what you have for sale. Not interesting about it. I just want to sell off some of my gumph. Yeah, champion spear. Like, yeah, I know it's nice. Armor's all the same. Got a couple of those, don't need them. Solid animated armor. Interesting. Right, okay. That's that done.
Just say the word.
So we got that all figured out, finished off. Need to go and sleep. Come on. Get down here. Right here. Right, once we get there, we'll go over to those bluffs we saw. 'Cause that's probably where we need to go with her. We haven't really talked to her much either, have we?
Ready, Watcher.
I want to know more about your homeland. Nice attack. She rubs her nose with a broad finger. It's a big island in the middle of the Deadfire archipelago, just off the coast of the white that winds, tundra mostly, with a few snow-covered forests in warmer parts. Most of us live in fairly small villages. By standards here anyway, mine is Musuk. What's Nasatag like? She shrugs. Cold, but not as cold as the white that winds. The few kith who visit Nasatag find it sparse, but there's plenty to sustain a village if you know where to look. She ticks the items off on her callous fingers. We get hides and meat from caribou, seals, and from small whales, bones too, which makes fine bows and arrowheads. Community is important to us. We survive or perish together, so anything we do every week-long hunt, every wall we build is for the village. Who lives there? Mostly Unatak, like me. People here call us Boreal Dwarves. Call us Boreal Dwarves. Migration clans of Glenfallen from the White that Winds sometimes spend the colder seasons on Nasatag, but we don't see too many of the other foreigners who can tolerate the elements. Those of us born in Nasatag like to say we have hardy layers of sealskins beneath our flesh. Tell me more about Masug. We're a tundra village to an outsider's eye. We're probably no much different from the others around us, but our elders have stories that go back hundreds of years. Epic hunts, battles with neighbouring villages and sarons across the sea. We share those stories too. What do you do back in Nasatag? I'm a long hunter. I stalk game across the tundra with some of the other wives. We usually hunt caribou and oxen, but we find hares and birds too. It's a good and respected position to see so much of Nasatag in the company of my friends and sisters. Hold on one second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Good and respected position to see much of Nasatag in the company of my friends and sisters. This is one of the pleasures of life in Musag. Tell me about Utamak. She scratches behind his ear. Good hunter, but not much of a talker, and that's fine by me. When we hunt in Nasatag, we almost always bring our foxes with us. They help us track and flush game. They are fearless defenders against bears and snow leopards. Clever Utamak has always been my favourite. Have you family back in your village? Of course, we've never sent a woman who hasn't had a chance to find a mate and have a couple of children of her own. What's your husband like? Kalos is a good man. He raised our children well and built us a strong home while I've been away on hunts. Our parents chose us for one another when we were still young. Not the way things are usually done here, but our choice. Well, she smiles. We come to appreciate each other as helpmates first and friends, and then, well, you know how it goes. There's a hint of a blush below the stripe of face paint. Aren't you worried your husband will... Are you kidding? I'm the best sort in Musak. Good point. Tell me about your children. I've had 5. Yukana, Ustia, Najuyor, Anik, and Malak. Estana and Ukana died young in long, lean winters. Malak was barely talking when I left. She scrapes her thumbnail over the handle of her hunting knife. He probably won't know me when I get home. She frowns, a hand falls from a knife. Even in Nasatag, I spend most of my time on the hunt, but then it's easier to release the hunt when I know I see my family. So it's easier to relish the hunt when I know I see all my family enjoy our kill. That's all. I'm curious about your search for Persog. I'll tell you what I can, but Tarnik Isekai pilgrimages are like mine are rare. Why do people have this tradition? She pulls a bear figurine out of a satchel, running a finger along its smooth back. It's something we'd always done. The elders say it's the first began to forge ties with our villages. It's hard to fight over caribou herds when you see someone you respect on the other side. We also believe that passing our history on in this way keeps us stronger, and it helps them, the elders, and being returned to us after they've been away from us for a generation or more. They can use the experiences they accumulated in lifetimes to lead the village again. Are elders usually reborn so far from the village? Most often they return somewhere in Nasatag, a member of another village, or they're reborn amongst the Glenfaffin of the winter of the white that winds. Even so, it's hard to say what's usual. A mischievous grin crinkles her eyes. When my grandfather was a boy, the elder came back as a polar bear. The huntress chosen for the task had to recite half of the village deeds while running from the beast. Her expression sobers. Even so, there has always been journeys longer than mine, some last decades, and the huntresses don't always return. What happens when the elder is found? That depends on the man or woman he's become. It's easier when the rebirth happens in another village than Nasatag, where the tradition is understood. Even in the white that winds and in the southern island of the Dead Fight Archipelago, people understand this custom and will welcome you politely enough, even if their souls do not remember. But sometimes you find someone whose soul has no memory of the village, and you have to tell them of people who remember him still. As disheartening as this is, you hope that they remember. The reminder will aid their soul in the future life. How did you get picked as come searching for Persog? She grins. Another old village tradition. The elders watched the caribou migrations and cast seal bones to determine the right time for this journey. When the omens were determined, all the village wives drew shark's teeth. We're the ones that go away to hunt and fish, so we're the best suited for the task like this. Anyway, I grabbed the little tooth. She frowned. Travelling so far is a rare privilege for us, but as you can see, the journey can be unpredictable. What are the thoughts of my search? It helps to know what you're hunting. You've got a lot of tracks to follow, but whether they lead is anyone's guess. Right, that's all of her stuff
Just say the
talked
word.
about. So let's get a room for the
Well
night.
met, friend.
Could I have a room, please? Right, rest for 25 copper. Right, and we're up and about and fully healed.
Just say the word.
Out the front door, and we'll go to the cliffs. What I saw in my vision. Right. Over the water we go. Speed up the motions. Sorry, wrong thing. Right. Peelwood Bluff, that's probably where we need to go. It'll take us a day to get there. When attack hits, inflicts damage usually of the appropriate damage type. Birth Hollow Half construction complete. Excellent. Addendum added, the long hunt. Sagony Dwarf, okay. Travel to the cliffs when you're visible. When I examine the Perb statue, I've come to Pearlwood Bluff, which reminds me of the visions I had of Persog. I will have to keep my eye out for signs from here. So, how big is the map? It's pretty big. I have to be careful then.
Just say the word.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
That they do, that's why we're here. Oh, these guys again. Right, let's get done. Aren't you all just lovely folks? Right. Switch out to that and beat on him. Slash him up. Shoot him. Ah, it's the priest. Cut him open. We'll get this out. You go and deal with these guys. What are these guys doing here? That's what I have to wonder. Right. Everyone push up. Pop your healing ability. Right, so we've got a whole load of really nasty stuff floating around.
Just say the word.
Yeah, and we've got trolls
to
by the
me.
sound of it as well.
Just say the
More
word.
crafting items. Why do we can't go somewhere nice? Why does it have to be stuff with trolls? Forest lurker. Yeah, I thought as much. Right, so market. Market. Shoot it. Knock it on the ground. Right, she's got it marked. Is it dead? Excellent, it's dead.
Not a problem.
In the bay below you, ways roll towards Defiance Bay. Excellent. St. Grange Horn, more crafting resources. Excellent. Oh, these guys. Oh lord, that's a lot. That's bad. Okay. Fireball. Keep getting up. That's not good. Really not good. I didn't expect there to be such a massive creature here. Keep smacking on him.
Better try something else.
Come on, stay upright. He's gone down already. That's not good. Why there's like literally so much stuff here? Let's drop some of these out. Right, hit the Drake. Dag nabbit, that's nasty. Can someone please hit that guy? Right, so C's back up. Gotta fire another one of these off at these guys here. Oh, seriously? Yeah, I'm gonna have to run because, you know, that's always fun. because of course when you go out to these places you expect to find drakes and... right, that's great. Got annihilated. I don't know what I was expected to do there. My damnedest, but the...
Just say the word.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
Don't know how we're supposed to handle that. I mean, there's such a big group of them. But that's going to be for next time. Yeah, I got absolutely smashed. Totally and utterly smashed. Anyway, I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam. Leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back in contact with you. And I shall see you all next time. Goodbye, folks.